a chance for everyone to get some shots up. Find the touch, find the range, find themselves. We're almost at game time. Seems like we've been here before. Yes, it is Groundhog Day. And we welcome you to this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Coach Kellogg and Greg Anthony. On the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Order. Now let's take a moment to check out our race for Rookie of the Year. Here are some of the top young talents in the game who will be recognized as the best of the best. And you look at Collins, well, he's shown his ability to move along in the field of the season, sitting pretty in that #1 spot now, and it's his race to lose.
And this is just a special player. No question he should be favored for the Rookie of the Year award at this point.
I did all of that. I mean, it's taken him only about half a season to show that he's going to be one of the faces of the NBA for a long time to come, Barney.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Jared Lively is out there with Davis. Lance Johnson, Ben Bergeron, Alex Marshall, then at the 3, the small forward. And for Cleveland, Evan Mobley is out there with him. Then it's Collins. Then it's Donovan Mitchell. And it's Beverly into the center, locking down the middle. You know, Clark, when you take a look at how these teams play, is it fair to expect a slower pace of the game?
I certainly think so, partner. I mean, both teams are extremely disciplined. They're not really interested in grinding things down and doing so well. Taking care of the ball and playing in the half court.
Irving kicks to Marshall. Dallas moving it around. To the paint. Here's Davis. This is the baby hook. Outside Collins. It's to Bessie. Front pass to Collins, no good. And so Marshall will bring it up for the Mavericks. Last time the numbers in Dallas.
Well, in that one, they just locked it down defensively, challenged shots, and really protected the rim.
Well, I tell you what, I think you got to really appreciate the grit, getting dirty, staying engaged. That's really what defense is all about. That shot was made possible by the work of Anthony Davis.
Well, there's no question, and he welcomes this, that Anthony Davis shoulders a heavy load on the defensive end.
And he should, and he does. I mean, he's a true anchor. He protects the rim. He can guard on the perimeter. Communicates well. He's got an excellent basketball IQ. And he's a guy that can cover up a lot of mistakes from his teammates.
Here's Collins. And Lively pulls it down.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky right there for the deep.
Pass to Marshall. Davis kicks to Marshall. Davis setting the pick for Marshall. Irving from long range. Evan Mobley with the rebound. And that one's good.
Back to the 10. He was surprised to find himself back.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense.
And the shot goes in.
Hey, the skills of Kyrie are obvious, but what isn't so obvious is his underestimated strength.
For Cleveland, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far. And here's the game from outside. He's a complete hit.
And he's not missed that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And the guys that took that win in their last game against the Pistons in Detroit.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways.
Basketball, game in and game out.
You know, right now, Dallas, they had a few critics coming into the season. And they have this ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run. Competition in the playoffs.
The prodigy in the last time out against Atlanta had a huge game. He scored 22 points, and as you may have guessed with him, a lot of those were on the 3-ball. It was a memorable moment for him. I'm sure he thinks... Keep going out there, no let up.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Mavericks. Trailing by 2. After this one, they're off to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. And that game will be 4 out of 5 on the road for the team. They've got Donovan Mitchell. Also Collins out there. And it's Bassey into the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. And you know, Clark, you look at the switch the Mavericks hit last year. This is a team that has certainly bought in.
It's pretty clear, Kevin. They believe in their coach, and they know they can make it to the finals now. They look to empower one another more than the sum of their parts, that's for sure. A well-oiled, cohesive group.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. 14 points from him the last game against Detroit. Cavaliers leading. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Outside Collins. From the arc. The Mavericks pull it in. Outside Irving. Launches it. As he pulls it in. Shooting at 50%. Doing decent. Second quarter. Outside Gauntlet. Misses the three.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these three. It might be time to get inside of that arm.
Here's Tyson. Mitchell picking up the assist. He's got the lead up to 4 now for Cleveland. So it's the Mavericks now. We got a story coming to us now from Shams Charania regarding the LA Clippers. Shams, what do you know?
Quintessential blue guy. Until they could not be here.
Davis comes in for P.J. Washington. Marshall is checked in for Kristen. And it's Clay Thompson in for Dinwiddie. You had a chance to defend a lot of great scores in your time in the NBA.
Yeah, and I did. They wore me out, too. But, I mean, I think the attitude of those guys stands out. Their relentlessness, the skill level obviously was there. But it was the relentless pursuit of the basketball and scoring opportunity. Larry Bird, Alexander.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll, please. Thinking about the shot.
Greetings, Shaq, Kenny, and EJ here as we tip off the show with a look at our mid-season Eastern Conference standings.
You look at Cleveland. I had them as a top team before the season, and now I'm picking them to make the finals. Tell me I'm wrong, Kenny. You can't, because I'm right. 2 + 2 is 5.
And as much as it pains me, I have to agree with Big Fella.
And moving on to the Cavaliers' first half. It's a close one through 2 quarters.
I like their follow-through on the offensive end, not taking the shots.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
Second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild through that first half. Absolute dynamite.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half, man, to take a lot out of it.
Let's get an update on Irving. What's the status, David?
Kevin, we caught up with the head athletic trainer for Dallas. He told me it's a sprained ankle. Of course, those can be tricky. And as you can see, he's already back on the court. How about that, Kevin?
Okay, Dave, that sounds like they're looking out the top. Here's the by Jason Kidd. Kyrie Irving is out there, Thompson. Then it's Anthony Davis. Then it's Jared Rivalry. And it's Marshall in at the 3 spot. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David O. David.
Kevin, thank you very much. Anthony Davis broke his defense down. He said, I can post, I can guard the pin down. So that's my ability. My ability defensively is to do everything.
And he does everything. David Collins so much. Count it. And the Cavalier lead has been cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Irving. And here's Collins. He'll bring it up for the Cavaliers. They've led by as much as 10. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Davis has got his free throw line on this one. And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why he's fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Here's Irving. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
Well, I like this execution coming out in the half. Solid. 3 for 4 from the field so far.
Greg,
He's at the very top. I've never seen anyone else pull some of the things he does. Certainly makes a strong case for the best ever.
the shot by Thompson, no good. Checked in. And Dallas also making a switch. Dinwiddie's checked in. Mavericks trail by 6. Outside Irving. That one falls coming on Dinwiddie's feet. Irving's got 21 to the game.
Watch out now that he's got his first free of the half.
Capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander. Just no problem.
And we get a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. And now, we go to the board. spot, and the voting belongs to him. Well, very few players with his ability from long range. And it looks like he'll be rewarded with a spot in the three-point contest.
And I'm sure there'll be some changes in the rankings still to come. But you're right. I'd be surprised if there's anyone who wouldn't cast a vote.
The voting is just about over, so we'll keep updating you on how it's going. Some very deserving names at the top of this year's list.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
To the inside. The lead has been cut to just 3 points on the basket from Kyrie Irving.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they find him?
And Kenny Atkinson is He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. There with Barnes. Then it's Collins. Then it's Darius Garland. And it's Bassey, and it's Zach. So that's his on the floor for the Cavaliers. And he makes that one.
Flashing to the rim with so much precision and skill. Irving, nearly impossible to contain when he spots a lane and decides to drive.
Here's Barnes. A rebound by Washington.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
That's a good look, but when you let it ride over, you got to knock it down.
Diversified scoring in this one for him.
I know that everyone can get involved. And you're only taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind the layup. Come on now.
Irving from long range. Barnes grabs the miss. And Barnes has got the ball here for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They've led by as much as 10. Pass to Bassey. Outside Garland. In the corner. Collins with it. Off target from outside. Dallas has gone 6 of 14 with the three ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. And Washington with the block.
Nice timing on the alley-oop. I like when Washington teammates lob it his way. He knows what to do with it.
At the line for Cleveland, Collins taking 2 shots.
That one is out. And the real group getting ready for Dallas. Derek Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Anthony Davis comes in for Washington. Marshall has checked in for Christie. That's Thompson in for Spencer Dinwiddie. To the surprise of some, Derek Lively made an immediate impact as a rookie.
Count me amongst those folks, Kevin. I saw him in college, and I liked his potential, and I thought it would take a lot longer for him to boy, he was exceeding his expectations with that look. And because of his shot blocking and energy, running the floor, rim, and the like, he's earned himself some nice minutes as a contributing player.
Irving kicks to Thompson. Irving a screen on Garland. Thompson for the triple. Hook loose. Irving from long range. Barnes grabs the overtime. We'll get right back to the action when we return.